Thank you all for coming. Um, we realize you may not be new to, oh, sorry, I started a transcript. Okay, sorry about that. We realize you may not be new to biking. A lot of us aren't, but you are new to Bike MS Colorado. So cheers to all of you. Welcome. My name is Jana. I want to thank you for joining us tonight, and we're getting pumped up for Bike Weekend. It's 7 weeks away, guys, coming so fast. So our new riders at Bike MS are the future. So we're holding this orientation to make sure that you have all the information you need and that you're well prepared for the best weekend of the year. So as you can see, we have a lot to cover. So if you'd like to mute your computer, just click on the icon at the top that looks like the little microphone. So it has a line through it, and that way you will be muted. And as I said earlier, be prepared to jump back up off of mute and interact with us when we ask. So I'd like to, first of all, introduce the Bike MS staff. This is our team. We're here to help you. So if you have any questions at any point in time, please feel free to reach out to anyone. We're here to help, any questions at any time. So Erica Barnum is our ride director. She's been with the society for 5 years, and unfortunately she had a conflict this evening and can't join us tonight, but she's really excited to meet you all. My name is Jana. I've been at the society for 2 years. And prior to being a staff member, I rode Bike MS for the last 10 years. And my favorite thing about Bike MS is meeting everyone along the route. It is so awesome to stop along the rest stops and just the camaraderie on the route. We're all in this together. And that's my favorite part about Bike MS. And I'll let Crystal introduce herself.
Hello, I'm Crystal Anderson. I've been here for 6 months, but prior to coming on here in Colorado, I was involved in Oregon on the Southwest Washington chapter. I was a volunteer, a committee member, and a board member, and a rider. So I've been very involved over there, but this is also my first year, so I'm a rookie just like all of you. So I'm looking forward to meeting all of you guys and also learning along the way.
Awesome. Okay, so many of you on this call may have a personal connection to the society, and maybe some of you that just joined this ride, you don't have a connection at all. So we just want you to feel that the National MS Society is your society. And we have gone and asked our supporters, people affected by MS, fundraisers and donors, and activists around the country, what does it mean to live with MS today? So we have this short video I'm just going to play, and just take a moment to watch this.
Should this video be playing?
So that's a pretty powerful video. So thank you all again for joining us in this movement. Thank you for riding Bike MS this year. Together we are stronger, and we will find a cure for MS. So just this slide shows, what is MS? MS is an unpredictable, often disabling disease of the central nervous system that disrupts the flow of information within the brain and between the brain and body. I use the analogy of MS being like your cell phone charger cord. If you look at your cell phone cord that's been in use for a while to the end that you plug in your phone, and it starts to fray, and you can actually see those wires on the inside. That's similar to how MS affects the myelin protecting your spine. So that's kind of the analogy that I like to use, because it really shows the myelin just disintegrating around the spine and the protection to your nerves. So many call MS a snowflake disease, in that no two people that have MS will have the same symptoms, which can make it very difficult to diagnose. There is no known cause for MS, but it is believed to involve genetic susceptibility, abnormalities in the immune system, and environmental factors that combine to trigger this disease. Okay, so here's the part where we're going to ask you to participate if you'd like to come up on screen. And if you'd like to share with the group, maybe why did you sign up for Bike MS? What are you looking forward to? And maybe what are you nervous about, if anyone would like to share? No one's nervous?
I can go.
Okay.
My name's Ryan Mascarenas. I was diagnosed with MS at the beginning of COVID. So it was like a double whammy, COVID and MS. And then I found out my wife was pregnant, and so we have another kid, and grateful for that. And get a lot of support from my peers and my coworkers, family, friends with MS, which is awesome. I'm expecting the bike ride to be fun. Very nervous, about it, because I haven't ridden a far distance like that. I mean, I do 5-mile bike rides here and there, but not 30. So it's gonna be. That's what I'm nervous about. Like, if I have to keep up with people, or if I can just go on my own pace. If I get super tired, then stopping and walking a little bit, that's allowed.
Yep. So those are definitely things I would be nervous about. But I will let you know that we have an incredible support system and SAG system on this route. So if you are tired, and the rest stops are every 10 to 12 miles. So when you reach that rest stop and you just need a break for a little bit, you're more than welcome to stay there. There's medics at every single rest stop. There's bike mechanics along route. So they will be there to support you. And, if it comes down that you perhaps, your body says, I'm not doing anymore, you can always SAG to either the finish line or the next rest stop.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
One more question I had was, there a good way to train to do the long distance? Anybody's opinion?
You can chat with some other team captains and things like that. But I would start training now and then kind of work your way up. Like every week, maybe you increase your mileage by 2, 3, 5 miles. Just remember to eat and drink all the time. That's probably the most important thing. And that's why we have our rest stops every 10 to 12 miles, so that we make sure that people stay hydrated and fueled.
Awesome. Okay, cool.
Yes. Thank you so much for sharing, Ryan. Would anyone else like to share?
Hi, I'm Lindsay. I was strongly encouraged to join the ride from NREL. They have a big team.
Yep.
I am an avid spin class goer, but does anybody have any advice for transferring that to riding outside? I just have like a very normal bike, nothing fancy.
Would anyone else like to jump in? Is there any other spin enthusiasts out there? No? Well, so you have a road bike. Lindsay, is that true?
I do. I have a bike that I rode it the other day and forgot how to ride a bike that moves, but I think I can make it by the end of June.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I would start small, maybe ride around your neighborhood or ride around a park. If you're just getting used to the pedals and grabbing your water bottle while riding, take it slow. That is something to adjust to when you're used to a stationary bike and you get on your road bike for the first time or first few times. But yeah, take it slow. And NREL is a great support. I'm sure they have training rides coming up. And I also meant to mention to Ryan that you can always bike at your own pace. It is not a race, it is a ride. So everyone can go at their own pace. If you find someone that's going your pace, make friends, say hello. You know, it's great to ride along with someone and kind of have a conversation, and miles fly by, let me tell you. So I think if you talk to NREL about their training rides coming up, Lindsay, I think they'll have a great schedule for you guys, and that, you know, you'll learn how to ride in a group, which is helpful as well, since this ride does have many riders. So we just want to make sure everyone is safe and that they understand how to use their hand signals and to always, you know, mention to people around them on your left, on, you know, things like that. So it is important to maybe practice with a group as well. Anyone else? Okay, we'll move on. Thank you. All right, I'm going to hand it to Crystal.
Thanks, Jana. So we are so excited you have decided to register for Bike a Mess. You've decided to join the largest fundraising cycling series in the world. Each year, nearly 75,000 cyclists and more than 6,000 teams ride together to change the world for people with MS. Each ride in the Bike a Mess series has a unique local flavor while maintaining a consistently well-organized, supportive, and extraordinary experience. Whether you're a casual, novice, or an experienced cyclist, you'll feel right at home at Bike a Mess. You're committing yourself to help the MS community and take action for your loved ones diagnosed with MS. You're building up your network of like-minded individuals that are passionate about giving back to the community and tackling that challenge that is Bike a Mess. Here are some photos and people of the scenery that you'll see at our bike weekend. And one quick note on our interesting bicycles. New this year, we are allowing e-bikes. So if you are an e-bike rider, just don't forget to bring your charger.
Will there be a place to charge the bike where they're stored?
Go ahead, Jana.
Nope, go ahead.
We have partnered with E-Bikes of Colorado this year, and they are a mobile mechanic, so they will be en route that if you run into problems, as well as they'll be at our lunch stop to recharge your bike.
When we get to the finish line, there's supposed to be a storage place to put the bikes. Will there be electricity there to charge them?
There will not. Our bike compound does not have electricity in it. It's a secure bike compound just for road bikes. However, if you're staying in a dorm or a hotel room, you should be able to bring your bike in there to charge it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Jason, did you have a question?
Yeah, I was talking to my girlfriend about doing this because regarding the e-bike, and her concern was that the route for Saturday is too long for the bike to last the entire ride. So do you have an answer for that, or is the same concern shared regarding the battery just won't last, or?
So when I spoke with eBikes of Colorado, I think it depends, first of all, on your bike and the battery that it has on that bike. That's why we're encouraging folks to bring their chargers. So while we have eBikes of Colorado on course, they may not have enough chargers. They're not going to have chargers for every single person. Not that there's going to be a ton, but like, you bring your own charger so they can give you a quick zap maybe at the lunch stop, which is at approximately mile 45 to 50. So if you have some time to charge your bike at that lunch stop, you should be okay to make it the rest of the way.
Okay, I didn't realize that there was. She just always talks about the start and then the party and whatnot, and not so much the lunch part thing. So I didn't know if there was something in between, because I'm like, where are you going to charge your bike in the middle of nowhere? Does somebody have Thor's hammer that we can just ask for, a charge on the bike or something? But
well, I love that she talks about the start line and the party. But yes, so along the route on the first day going up to Fort Collins, we have over 6 rest stops. So one of them is lunch, which means it's your longer stop. Like some of the rest stops, you may stop just to grab some more water, maybe a quick snack. Your lunch stop will have sandwiches or something substantial more than just a granola bar or something like that. So there will be time to charge up that bike at the lunch stop.
It's normally a number of hours to charge a battery.
From what I've heard, from eBikes of Colorado, I've heard it could be 20 minutes. So if you could charge it for 20 minutes to just get enough juice to get to the finish line. But they would know better than I would, because they're in the industry and they can see which battery you're using and things like that too. And eBike of Colorado, you can absolutely contact them. If you have questions, you can contact them directly and say you're riding Bike MS. They are one of our bike shop partners. So they will be happy to answer any questions that you may have about the model of that bike and the battery life and things like that. So please do not hesitate to reach out to them. They're really great. They're over in Louisville, Colorado. And did I see one other? Sorry, Tom?
I'm also able to carry a second battery with me to just switch over if that's possible though they are expensive, however.
Mm-hmm. Are they small enough to carry along?
They fit in my pannier.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing, yes.
Okay. That's great advice.
Jennifer asked how many rest stops we have on the 32-mile loop in Fort Collins. I think it's 2, right?
I believe there's 2.
Yeah, 2. There's 2, Jennifer.
What time does the ride start?
So the ride on day 1 begins at 6 a.m. and all riders need to be on course by 8.
Thanks.
So the rest stops are every 10 to 12 miles. So for the 70-mile route, there'd be 6 or 7. You're on mute, Jana. Sorry.
I'm sorry. 6 on the Classic and 8 on the Century.
There we go. Great questions.
Yep, great questions, and they are coming up. We have more information about the routes coming up and some slides coming up. So, all right, I'm going to talk real quick about our fundraising goals and how to reach them. And also to let you know, you do receive rewards for fundraising, and we have the tools to reach, to help you reach the minimum and beyond. And if you need guidance, please feel free to reach out to your team captain or to any staff member. We're happy to help. So you've taken the first step in ending MS by registering for Bike MS. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are stronger in numbers, and you're now part of an unstoppable group dedicated to raising $2.65 million to ensure no one hears the words, "You have MS," ever again. So that deserves some cowbell. Get used to the cowbells, guys. You're going to hear a lot of them. So now that you're here, you're probably wondering what's next. Well, it's time to step up, and we need to increase awareness and raise essential funds together. But what does this really mean? No matter the distance that you choose to ride come event weekend, you've committed to raising $400 or more to help those living with MS and their families. So thank you. So I want to say congratulations, as many of you have already surpassed your $400 minimum, and you will receive our top fundraiser jersey if you've raised $1,000 or more. And for those of you that haven't met the minimum just yet, here are some ways to reach your fundraising goals. Your participant center is a great place for sending out email solicitations. You can upload your address book, use an email template that's already loaded, or you can edit that template and share your story and send it directly from your participant center. You'll be able to see who donated. You can send thank you notes, and that's all just in that one little spot in your participant center. So it makes it really simple. Another way to fundraise is through social media, Facebook in particular. Once you've logged into your participant center, all you have to do is connect your fundraising to your Facebook fundraiser through your participant center. So there's a little icon that says Facebook fundraiser, and that's where you're going to activate it. So you start at the participant center, not on Facebook, but you will log in. This way, your donations are credited directly to your personal fundraising, and it is shown that Facebook fundraisers raise 4 times more than those who don't. So don't forget to make it personal. Let your donors know why you're riding, and I guarantee you'll see some action on Facebook there. Another great opportunity to involve your local community is what we call wraparound events. These events are hosted and put on by you, with all donations going to your Bike MS fundraising. So there's a few examples here on the screen, and as staff, we're happy to help support you and your team with your events. So if you're having some kind of fundraising event, invite us. We'd love to come and share and talk and bring some swag if we have it. So don't keep us in the dark. And in addition to sharing why you're riding, make a self-donation. This shows your donors that you are just as committed to fundraising as you are to riding. So this will encourage others to follow suit. And additionally, the National MS Society website has great resources to share with your donors to show the impact they're making. So there's images, videos, and the strategic plan progress reports are packed with information that is helpful to demonstrate the progress we're making through Bike MS fundraising dollars. And not sure if you guys know this, we have an app. The Bike MS app is available on the Apple and Google Play stores. It's a great tool. You can track your physical activity as you get ready for Bike MS. You can track your miles, you can build excitement, share your progress. There are challenges within. You can earn badges. You can actually fundraise directly from the app. So you can solicit donations, and you can also deposit checks through the mobile check cashing feature, just as you would with a bank. And I'm going to hand it over to Crystal.
Perfect. So when getting started, knowing your network is crucial to your success. This includes both your personal and professional contacts. When configuring a list of your personal contacts, here are a few provoking thoughts to think through. Who did you see at your last family or school reunion? Or who's on your holiday mailing card list? Do you support another charity from a coworker? Or do you go to a specific gym or play on a rec league? It's also important not to limit your network to solely your personal connections, but also take time to review your professional network. Think beyond like your current department or the role that you're in. Who's on your Outlook contact list or your staff directory? And don't forget all of your former coworkers too. Who do you regularly interact with at the workplace outside of just your coworkers, vendors, clients, partners? Are you involved with the Chamber of Commerce or a different professional development group? Once you've taken a deep dive into your network, take the time to reflect on your why you're writing and begin to share it. Talk about it at the water cooler, in the elevator, on the sidelines at your kids' soccer games. Write it down in a letter, text, and as an email message. And always seek out opportunities to double your impact through the many company matches. Check with your human resources department to see if your company matches charitable contributions and ask your donors to do the same. Now, make sure you check out the fundraising section on our website to keep your momentum going. It's full of the shareable videos, images, and a fundraising idea bank, as long as how-to guides and more. For that more information, you can check out bikems.org and go to the fundraising tab and the About Bike MS tab. And now, Jan is going to talk about the swag.
All right. Well, here's some of the fun things to look forward to. So there's the $400 minimum and boom. So with the support of local staff and access to all of our fundraising resources, you're sure to hit your fundraising minimum in no time. And once you're there, don't stop. Keep pedaling for a purpose. The more you raise, not only the greater your ride's impact, but you'll also earn more prizes while doing it. So our next level after the minimum is the $500 level. And that will show right here, you can see the Bike MS socks or the metal water bottle. At the $1,000 level, you have a choice of this reversible blanket or this fleece coat. And the the $2,500 level is our high roller level. And you have a choice of a North Face vest or this JBL speaker. And then our $5,000 level is our passport program. So this is an option of this coat or this Thule bag. And passport program means that if you raise $5,000 or more, the cyclists have the opportunity to ride in any Bike MS event with no registration fee and no obligation to meet their fundraising requirement in any ride in the country. So you can go to Oregon or Seattle or Florida and ride in their Bike MS rides as well. You'll also receive an exclusive passport jersey and unlock your choice of this. It's a insulated jacket or a Thule Subterra duffel. And then our last level is the $10,000 Premier Pedalers. When you've reached this level, you join an elite group of cyclists that are individually changing the world for people living with MS. In an effort to thank you for your outstanding efforts, we invite you to ride in any event in the country without paying registration fee or having to meet the fundraising minimum. And you'll also unlock your incentives of a Yeti Hopper or Garmin smartwatch. There's also an option to donate back your prize. It's called Mission First. So you can just donate the cost of the prize back to the society. You don't want to receive one of these. So once again, just a quick overview. Here are the event t-shirts for this year. All riders that raise $400 will receive this. Also pictured here is our local Club K jersey, which everyone raising $1,000 or more will receive. And here's also a little image of this year's I Ride with MS jersey. If you are living with MS and you are interested in the I Ride with MS program, please contact Crystal or myself after the meeting. And of course, one more thing, you always want to ride with a friend. Recruit your friends and family. You can always use code JOINME to register for 15% off. All right, it's trivia time.
That's my drum roll.
Yep, drum roll. Okay, who's ready? We're going to do a trivia question. And in order to answer, we're going to have people raise their hands. So up at the top of your screen, you'll see the reactions button and you'll see the little hand, like given like a high five. So if you know the answer, click on that and then we'll call on you. So I'll give everyone a second to find the reaction button. And the question is, how many route options are available to riders on day 1?
Any
Okay.
guesses?
Or you can shout it out.
Oh,
Daryl.
Is there 3?
I'd say 4.
who was
Who
that?
shouted out 4?
Yeah.
I did, Debbie.
Debbie, you're correct. There are 4 route options. And here they are.
Debbie, what's your last name?
Kuntz, Kuntz.
All right. Congratulations, Debbie. Crystal, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So, Debbie, as the winner of our trivia, we will be mailing you this beautiful insulated Bike MS cup that can be used for hot or cold and fits in your cup holder of your car. Congratulations.
Wonderful, thank you.
You should be a game show host. Okay, so yeah, it was, I mean, typically it's 3 routes, you know, out of Fort Collins or out of Westminster, but now we have this year, we have this loop out of Fort Collins as well. So there's 4 routes on day 1. So we start our day at Front Range Community College in Westminster. We have our express route, which is 68 miles. Our classic is 83 and our century is 103. And then we have a 32-mile loop in Fort Collins. So that just goes up and around. Like we mentioned, there are 2 rest stops off of that. That loop actually joins in with the Century loop at the end. So you might run into some riders on the Century route. And on day 2, we're up at CSU. So we have our victory lap for our I Ride with MS riders only. Our express route is 67 miles and our classic is 83. As mentioned, these routes are fully supported, rest stops every 10 to 12 miles, support and gear all along the way, as well as bike mechanics, ride marshals, and full support riding alongside you. You will receive a rider packet, and I'm going to let Crystal talk to you about that next.
So we have several packet pickup options available to you. Not only can you pick up your rider packet, but you can also drop off any donations that you receive, meet fellow cyclists, ask us any questions, and more. The dates and locations are listed on the screen, and they're also going to be posted on our website. But please note that you have to meet your $400 minimum requirement in order to pick up your packet. And then, yeah, so we have them on June 11th through the 15th. You can also pick them up on June 24th, the day before the ride at Front Range Community College, or even on the day of the ride, June 25th, again at Front Range Community College. So what's in your rider packet, you may be asking? First, your rider wristband. This is your ticket to ride. You must wear this wristband all weekend. This is to identify that you are a rider, so you can get access to medical aid, food, drinks, and that beer garden. It is also your identity in case of an emergency. You'll get a bib number, which you will affix to your jersey. A bike tag, which has the same number as your wristband, so that your bike compound attendant can match your wristband to your bike. You'll get a luggage tag, so you can find your luggage easily at CSU and at the finish line at Front Range. And lastly, you'll get the I Participate For bib, which you can fill out of who you are riding for. The pack-up pickup on South Broadway is at our office, which I don't know what the full address is. I think it's 900.
Yeah, it's 900 South Broadway.
Perfect.
It's right at I-25 and Broadway.
It's also on the whatever our train is called here too, so you can take
the light rail.
The light rail.
Yes, and our packet pickup locations will be listed on the website as well. So once again, we're asking you if you'd like to pop up and share a fundraising success story. I think I did see in the chat that a while back that someone had said they used Facebook and personal text messages. Does anyone have a great method that is just tried and true and they've seen a lot of success either at their office or maybe with friends and family? I think Crystal had a great idea. If Crystal would like to share.
Yeah. So again, since I've only been here for 6 months, I worked in banking for a very long time before joining. And one of the things that we did was I got everybody to pay $5 to wear jeans on a Friday, and all of the money went to my bike team. So not only did I get all of my coworkers from all the branches across our footprint to participate, but when you walk into a bank and all of a sudden people are wearing jeans, you're like, what's going on? So then we also got our clients to ask us, and they also would donate too. And we would raise over $1,500 in one day just by wearing jeans.
It's great. Such a great, innovative way to fundraise. Would anyone else like to share?
I'm struggling.
Well, do you work in an office? Do you go to the office or are you remote? Darren.
Yeah, I work in an office. I put it up on Facebook. I can't solicit in the office for intercompany rules.
Ah, okay.
So.
Yep. That can be a challenge.
I'm working through it.
Yep. I did work in an office where I was able to at least talk about it. So you could always say, hey, I'm riding Bike MS. If you're interested and you'd like to check out my personal fundraising page, it's very easy to create a QR code these days. Right click on the web page, create a QR code, say, hey, if you want to check out my page, here it is, and let someone scan it and they can do it on their own time. Maybe if you're just out to lunch or something like that. But maybe you could just share that you are, hey, I have this event coming up in June and, gosh, I gotta go ride my bike, and just kind of drum up some interest and see where it goes. I did a candy bowl. It's something as simple as buying the good candy like the Snickers and the Butterfingers and stuff. And when people would walk by, they said, oh, I want some candy. I said, well, for a donation. And, sometimes you got 50 cents, sometimes you got $20. So I found that to be a good way as well, a good method. Does anyone else have any great ideas or incentives they may have done or signed up for? Like if you donate $50, I'm going to make you my world famous salsa. Any bakers out there or chefs or anything?
Or maybe if you have an idea for an incentive.
Yeah, I've had friends say, oh, I make this great olive oil. I infuse olive oil. Hey, donate $20. I'll give you some olive oil, So lots of options out there. So let us know if we can help. Okay, we're going to move on. So as someone was asking about what time the course opens. So our site at Front Range Community College opens at 5 a.m. So you're going to want to follow the signs on where to park. You're going to enter to park off of 112th Avenue. You're going to park your car. You're going to pump up your tires and you're going to drop your luggage at the closest FedEx truck. Your luggage will be transported to CSU for you, and you'll really want to make sure you put your shoes in your luggage. Like throw your flip-flops in there. Don't forget, because bike shoes will not be comfortable at Team Village. There will be food and beverage available to you at the start line. And at 6 a.m., cyclists will start lining up in the chute for departure. If you are on a team, your team captain will let you know what time to meet for your departure. Maybe you want to gather for a team photo, beforehand, or you're all going to meet at a certain place in the parking lot. So that's kind of the guidelines for the departure time. And at 8 a.m., all cyclists must be on course by 8 a.m. So Just keep that in mind. You don't want to be late. You don't want to be feeling rushed. Marnie, you're dropping off your luggage for your overnight if you're doing the 2-day ride. So if you're staying overnight at CSU, you'll want to have your luggage, change of clothes, change of your kit, your socks. So it's nice to, if you're doing a 1 day, are you doing the 32-mile loop out of Fort Collins, or if you're just doing the 1 day up to Fort Collins, you do not need your luggage. That is correct.
What
Where
if
do
you're
we
doing
fit
the
the sign?
century and you want luggage, but you're not spending the night?
That's a great question. I haven't had that question before. You can, I mean, you can bring a backpack, I suppose, or luggage if you want to change into shoes and flip-flops. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. Yeah, we want you to be comfortable when you cross that finish line. So bring some shoes, maybe a spare change of socks or flip-flops, or spare clothing, so that you can change when you cross the finish line.
Where do we find our luggage when we get there to see you?
So you're going to cross the finish line, and there will be an area that you will pick up your luggage, and it will be numerical by your wristband number. So every rider will have a number. So say, for example, you're number 200. You're going to go to the section that's labeled 200. There's signage everywhere. So it will say, luggage from 1 to 100, and then 101 to 200. And you'll look in there, you'll grab your bag. It's all numerical, so it should be pretty easy to find. And we will have volunteers there to help if you can't locate your bag. We will search for you. So when you've crossed that finish line at CSU, you're going to, the order of this could be mixed up a little bit. You don't have to store your bike immediately at the bike compound. If you'd like to walk around with it, that's fine too. You're going to kick back, relax, and celebrate with your friends and family at Team Village. There will be food and hydration available once you cross that finish line. And then you can also come to the area where we'll have all the tents. There will be the left-hand beer garden, entertainment, and fun. You'll also visit the housing tent, and this is where you will check into your dorm. And it depends on if you would like to grab a quick shower before you go to the Team Village or not. I prefer to cross the finish line, take a quick shower, and then go down, but it's completely up to you. But the housing tent is where you'll pick up your keys for the dorm. And if you're staying in a local hotel, there will be shuttles that run. And there's signage for all of that as well once you cross that finish line. And again, we will have volunteers and staff to help with any questions you may have. So with regard to lodging, reserving a dorm room is highly, highly recommended. So the hotels in Fort Collins are booking up quickly if they're not already sold out. I also recommend a dorm with air conditioning. It gets very warm, and it will be very helpful to have AC. So when you go into the website to reserve a dorm, it specifically says whether it has AC or not. So all this information is on our Bike MS Colorado website under ride details and lodging. And if you need help with that, maybe Crystal could pop that in the chat, or maybe I'll pop that in the chat now. And Crystal is going to talk about Sunday morning.
Perfect.
Oh, thank you.
So when you wake up on Sunday, you're going to be hungry and ready to go. You'll drop your luggage back off at the FedEx truck. Breakfast will begin at 5 a.m. We'll have our victory lap at 5:45 a.m. and all riders must be on the course by 8 a.m. But wait, what's a victory lap? This year, bright and early Sunday morning, we are going to have our victory lap to really celebrate all of our I Ride with MS riders. At 5:45 a.m. on Sunday, we'll have all of our I Ride with MS riders lined up at the starting line, and they're going to ride 1 mile around the oval at CSU, while everyone else cheers and celebrates them and the reason why we are riding. After everyone returns, we'll open the route up to return back to Fort Collins. to Front Range. When you get to Front Range, you're going to cross the finish line, get your medal, and some well-earned food. There'll be a DJ and lots of spectators to cheer you on. There'll be time to celebrate with your friends and family because you rode in the movement for a world free of MS. Congratulations.
Hey, babe.
So here are some upcoming events that we're going to have. We're going to have our I Ride with MS social on May 19th at Mother Tucker Brewery. If you are not on this list and you did not get an email from me today about it, please let me know. We have all of our packet pickups starting on June 11th at our society office on South Broadway. And then, of course, Bike MS weekend is just around the corner, June 25th and 26th.
Yes.
And then lastly, we just want to thank our sponsors, Primal, Left Hand Brewing, Point B, Wayfield Group, Leprino Foods, Jack's Outdoor Gear Farm and Ranch, Brownstein, June Shine, and Sticker Giant.
Awesome. Well, so we've reached the end of our presentation. I'm so psyched that you guys were asking questions throughout. But if there are any additional questions you have, we invite you all to jump up and ask questions, or you could put them in the chat. And just so psyched that you guys all joined us today. And we're really excited for Bike Weekend. Also, just an FYI, these gray staff shirts, we'll all be wearing them on Bike Weekend. So if you have any questions, concerns, please feel free to reach out to any staff member.
There's a couple questions in the chat. So first off, Phil is saying that this is all assuming, obviously, that you're riding and staying overnight. If you can return on Saturday, yes. We have a shuttle that will go back from Fort Collins to Westminster that night, so you don't have to worry about trying to get an Uber or a taxi or something. We'll provide that service. We do encourage you to obviously stay the night because we do have a lot of fun all night, as well as a lot of fun Sunday morning. And then Jennifer asked, what's the process in the morning for the 32-mile loop? Jana, maybe you want to answer that one.
So Saturday morning, you'll want to be in Fort Collins for the 32-mile loop by 6:30, between 6 and 6:30. So you can park and get, again, get your tires pumped up and get ready. All riders need to be on course by 8. So you'll want to be up in Fort Collins early enough that you can, not feel rushed or anything like that. I was going to say something and it escaped my mind. Oh, with regard to the shuttles coming back to Westminster, we will have a reservation link. So if you are interested in the shuttles, if you're doing the 1-day ride, we do have an RSVP for a shuttle to make sure that we have enough shuttles for everyone and to allow enough room, because we are taking your bikes back with you. So we want to make sure that we have enough shuttles for everyone. So if you are planning to take that shuttle back, let us know and we'll send you that RSVP.
Is there anything that we need on our bikes for safety, like headlamps or anything like that?
Lights are always encouraged. However, it's not required. You do have to wear a helmet. We request that no earbuds, as they are illegal to ride in Colorado with earbuds. So you can ride with a speaker on your bike if you'd like everyone to hear your music, but no earbuds, must wear helmets. But I think that bike lights are great, but it's not required. Was that Mike that asked that question?
Yes.
Mike, with regard to support, what do you mean by support?
As Jana said earlier, we have a
No, I've got a friend who who sort of is going to take me down in the morning and then obviously meet me, at the end of the first day. And but do they have any kind of access to the riders or any of the stop areas or anything like that en route?
We prefer not to have personal SAG vehicles. We do not, since we have so many SAG vehicles with volunteers to help, specifically for our route and our team, that personal SAG vehicles are not allowed. So I would encourage your friend to, drop you off at Front Range and then meet you at Fort Collins.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'd like to minimize the amount of cars around our riders for safety.
Tom, did you have a question?
If that's me, no.
Okay. That's a great question, Mary.
That's a great question, Mary. You can choose if you are riding from Westminster, from Front Range Community College, you can choose which route you're doing when you arrive, or when you start riding, as long as it's before that cutoff, because it'll split at mile 65. Or I'm sorry, that's wrong. It'll split at mile 54, I believe it is. So you'll just want to make that decision when you're coming up to that route. And, we have our routes posted on the Bike MS Colorado website, so you can see where those splits happen, but you can decide the day of. If you're riding from Fort Collins, you'll need to make that decision before so you can get up there in time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. There will be visitor parking on the CSU campus. So we do encourage friends and family to join for our afternoon to celebrate you riders. So yes, there will be places to park.
And it'll be labeled too, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we will have signage. I love these questions. It's going to be a wonderful weekend. Our volunteers at our rest stops are always amazing, and they do a great job. We're going to have plenty of hydration, plenty of snacks, plenty of food. It's going to be a really wonderful weekend, and we look forward to celebrating with you guys. So if there's anything that comes up in the next few weeks or tomorrow or at midnight, you can send us an email or a text, and we will. Are there contingencies for unsafe weather? Yes, there are. Should there be lightning or very severe weather, our logistics team will make that decision whether if they need to close the course if it is unsafe, and they will find shelter for our riders. And if it continues, if say the weather's not breaking and it's hailing and terribleness, they will shuttle riders back to the finish line or to the next shelter. We do ride in the rain, so be prepared, check the weather. If you see it's going to rain, please bring rain gear.
And you can shuttle trikes?
On the SAG wagons, yes.
What's the earliest we can park at the Westminster when we start?
5 a.m. is when the site opens.
Okay.
Yep. Great questions. And that will give you time to use the restroom, get some food, pump up your tires, get ready. Make sure you have everything on your person that you need to ride.
Get a snack.
Yep, get a snack. Fill your water bottles. Yep.
Will there be restrooms at all the rest stops?
Yes. There will be porta potties at every rest stop. Mm-hmm. Yeah, great questions. Is there anything we didn't cover that anyone's curious about? Thank you for coming, Jason. We hope you guys enjoy it as much as we do, and I know that you will. It's going to be really wonderful. My piece of advice: have fun. Like I said, it's a ride. It's not a race. Seriously, smile. Talk to the people around you. I guarantee you'll make a new friend, and it's really going to be a great experience.
Introverts
Oh,
are
yeah.
still welcome.
What's that, Tom?
Introverts are still welcome.
Yes, yes,
Encourage.
they are. Absolutely. There's something about being on a bike, though, just makes you want to talk to the people around you. Yep. Yes, don't forget sunscreen. Our medics will have sunscreen at their tent at each rest stop as well, but it is, it's good to have it before you get on your bike so that you don't forget. Sunscreen, chapstick, water bottles. If you like a certain shot block or energy chew, maybe you bring those. We will have hydration like water and sports drink on course as well. Are there any other questions? All right, well, thank you all for joining us tonight. I'm so glad that you joined us for the presentation, and I hope that we've answered all your questions and taken some of the apprehension out of it. It's going to be great. And if anything comes up that you have questions about, please let us know.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.